Let me now welcome the true heroes of our society, the agents of change, we would like to call them. First of all, I would like to welcome the founder of Nyano Sansar, Max Khatri. Go on in, Max. Welcome. Please be seated. Along with Max, we also have the Executive Director of Youth Initiative, Rafael Poudyal. Rafael ji, welcome to HUAWEI Namaste TV Show. Please. All right, first of all, it's a great honor to be amongst the real heroes of the society. You know, here in this seat, we've interviewed so many people with so many different walks of life, but today I feel really privileged.
Thank you. I think we're actually representing the true heroes, like who are not really seen in everyday's life. But I'm very glad. Thank you for inviting us.
So, Max, I'd like to start with you. What was it when earthquake hit? What was your first instinct?
I was like, shit, we are here, you know. Luckily we had an experience of working with aid in the past 2 years. So I immediately thought of going into search and rescue. I was in Bhaktapur with some of my guests who have arrived from China. So my immediate thing was to make sure that they are safe. So as soon as I dropped them in hospital, I went to Dava Square and Dharara to see if I can give him some help, but it was already too late. So I went into hospital, and then for the next 4 or 5 days, I don't remember, I was not sleeping. I was around the clock around the hospital with all kind of people from all different walks of their lives. We're trying to form this emergency response, where we're trying to help patient and their family, to go through different rooms in hospital, to find their food, to find them shelters. And it was kind of a very shocking, but it was still really greatly motivating at the same time, because together to see so many people coming, out of their normal daily walks of life,
As you speak, through your eyes, I can imagine the instances that's coming and flashing in your mind, But truly, you mobilized a lot of youths, in fact, a large number of youths, Tell us about that.
To be very honest, I think we were very lucky because, like I said, we had a history of working with aid. We're trying to. We started Nyano Sansar as a local initiative, from the people of.
How did it start, Nyano Sansar?
Well, year 2013, I went through a post that was from 2012, a newspaper post that said 12 people died overnight due to cold, and in Tarai. I mean, it's basically, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to anyone. If people had to die, they would die in North Pole or Antarctica, and but people dying in South, how is that possible? So I went through that news and I saw that people didn't die because of cold, but people died because they didn't have enough clothes and blankets. And immediately I was looking at my cupboard, there are at least 15 jackets, and the purpose of every single jacket is to keep somebody warm. And I was it'd be really fashionable, I could have 2 or maybe 4, but still 11 jackets can make 11 people warm, and that was just it, I had some money saved from my work, and then I thought I'll go buy some blankets, and that's how it started. And my first year I thought I'll do 1,000 blankets, but in 10 days we did about 5,000 blankets. Again, it was an idea, I just talked about it and many just adopted it because it was very normal, It was, I guess everybody wants to help others, but we don't know where to start, and I just initiated something that was easily accepted.
Rafael ji, Youth Initiative, it's a conglomerate, it's a huge network of youths, Bhukampama kasto role khele Youth Initiative le?
So Youth Initiative played a very significant role. So before, I really want to add on to that. During the earthquake, I was actually in Teach for Nepal. So there is another organization, it has been working since 2013 and deploying a huge number of young people going to the school, staying in the community and working over there. So from that point, I actually experienced the earthquake, and then after a while I came back. So I experienced the post-earthquake situation at Youth Initiative, and then I came to realize we are not just. So first thing first, we are trying to work on the relief work. So which is in the proximity, it was not very far that we could reach with all the resources that we have, the shortage of resources and everything that we could have, but we reached to the proximity of the places where we could go and supply the minimum requirements, minimum reliefs to the families. The first thing was that, and the second one was we also worked with schools in order to provide the children who did not have even, after earthquake, the homes were shattered and all their textbooks and copies and all those things were also not there in the condition to use. So we also supported them through like different programs. And the next one is while we are looking at the tangible aspect is like you don't have food, you don't have a house and everything, but you know there is background to it where like people were not getting access to all these resources which were being like provided by the government. So we realized that a lot of people also lost their valuable identification documents, and Youth Initiative worked with the community mobilizers to support them in identifying those documents, because if you don't have a national identity card you won't be able to get access to the relief materials as well. And so these were the innovative ways that we also looked through, while Max Divesi and so many other organizations, they were like going tirelessly in order to like support through the relief and also into the rehabilitation.
Well, today, this evening, we dedicated to all the real heroes of our society, and we have the perfect representation here in the studios of HUAWEI Namaste TV Show with us. We have two more heroes who will be joining us after this short commercial break, so stay tuned to the show. Don't go anywhere. Where we're talking to the real heroes of our society. HUAWEI Namaste TV Show को day 1 देखिको एउटै मेरो मोटिभ रहेको छ के भन्दाखेरि एउटा जीवन छ हेर्नुस् र यो जीवनमा हामीले आफू भन्दा उठेर अरूको लागि पनि सोच्न पायौं र त्यसभन्दा पनि अझ त्यो सोचलाई कार्यमा परिवर्तन गर्न पायौं भने सबैभन्दा ठूलो औचित्य जीवनको त्यही हुनेछ हैन त. So let me invite one more hero to this evening where we're just celebrating the motivation, the energy, the spirit of youth. Let me now invite from Safal, Nepal, Shailesh Maharjan ji. Shailesh, welcome to HUAWEI Namaste TV Show. The best thing is everyone knows everybody. Show it was my first time meeting three of our guests. Of course, I knew Max earlier ahead, but it was so amazing to see everybody know everybody, and not through anything else but the work that they do. सबैलाई जोडिएको एउटै मात्र सूत्र भनेको उहाँहरूले गरेको कार्य थियो र त्यो कार्य भनेको समाजसँग जोडिएको थियो. Made me even more proud to be amongst them tonight, हैन त. So शैलेश जी बताउनुस् भूकम्प पश्चात सफल नेपालको फर्स्ट मोटिभ, फर्स्ट एक्सन चाहिँ के थियो?
फर्स्ट हामीले चाहिँ रिलिफको लागि नै हामीले सोच्यौं. फर्स्ट मोटिभ भनेको नि हामीले सफल नेपाल चाहिँ हाम्रो सानो अर्गनाइजेसन हो जुन चाहिँ हामी आफैले नै सबै कुराहरु म्यानेज गरेर हामी बिस्तारै अगाडि बढ्दै थियौं. अनि त्यही टाइममा अब अर्थक्वेक भयो, अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ हामीले अब लेट्स डु समथिङ, अब रिलिफ वर्कको लागि हामी जाउँ भनेर हामीले हाम्रो आफ्नै कन्ट्याक्ट, पर्सनल कन्ट्याक्टहरुबाट साथीहरुकोबाट हामीले चाहिँ फन्डहरु कलेक्ट गर्न थाल्यौं रिलिफको लागि. अनि हामी चाहिँ माझी गाउँ काभ्रेमा, हजुर हामी उतातिर चाहिँ एकजना साथीको थ्रुबाट चाहिँ त्यहाँ चाहिँ रिलिफ पुगेको छैन भनेर हामीले सुन्यौं. अनि जस्ट अब ल ठीक छ हामी जति सक्छौं त्यति गरौँ भनेर हामीले त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ अराउन्ड 50 हाउसहोल्डलाई हामीले चाहिँ अलिअलि, धेरै त हैन, हामीले थोरै लग्यौं अनि त्यहाँ गएर हामीले डिस्ट्रिब्युट गर्यौं. अनि त्यहाँ पुग्दाखेरि फर्स्ट थिङ के आयो भन्दाखेरि वी आर लिभिङ इन अ हेभन जस्तो लाग्यो के. फर्स्ट थिङ हामी
कतिको ब्लेस्ड छौं,
हजुर हामी काठमाडौँमा छौं, वी आर ह्याभिङ अल काइन्ड्स अफ रिसोर्सेस हामीले पाइरहेका छौं. तर हामी जब गाउँमा जान्छौं त्यहाँ पुग्दाखेरि नथिङ एल्स, केही थिएन, बेसिक निड पनि थिएन. हजुर त्यहाँ जाँदाखेरि पानी पनि राम्रो थिएन. मेन अब भनौँ न खाना भन्दा अगाडि पानी पनि त्यहाँ राम्रो पिउन पाइरहेको थिएन. अनि हामीले त्यस्तै कारणले गर्दा हामी बिस्तारै हामी अर्गनाइज गर्दै गऱ्यौं. अनि त्यही एरियामा मात्र हामीले गऱ्यौं. हामी धेरै अरू गाउँहरुमा गएनौं. त्यो गाउँ गयो, त्यसभन्दा अलिकति धेरै पनि हैन, 1 आवर 2 आवरको डिस्टेन्समा अरू गाउँ थियो, त्यहाँ पनि त्यस्तै, सबै ठाउँमा त्यस्तै थियो. अझै त्यो एरिया चाहिँ अब पिछडिएको भनौँ न माझीहरु उहाँहरु हुनुहुन्थ्यो. अनि उहाँहरुकोमा के आएको छैन हामीलाई भन्नुहुन्थ्यो उहाँहरु. अब हामीसँग थोरै लाग्थ्यो, अब हामीलाई आफैलाई नै कस्तो गिल्टी फिल भएको जस्तो हुन्थ्यो के. त्यहाँ पुग्दाखेरि चाहिँ अलिकति बढी लग्नु पाए हुन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्थ्यो. एभ्री टाइम हामी जान्थ्यौं, त्यो टाइममा पुग्दैन थियो. एकजना लास्टमा हामीले पाएको छैन भन्दा हाम्रो अगाडि रुँदै आउनुहुन्थ्यो. हामीसँग थिएन, अब वी क्यानट, अब के भन्नु हुन्थ्यो कि हामीलाई. अब सरी भने पनि अब रुनुहुन्थ्यो. अब हाम्रो सरी उहाँले बुझ्नुहुन्न थियो. त्यो बेला चाहिँ हामीलाई अति नै अलिकति कस्तो भन्ने, अब
के अझै गर्न
पाए अझै
ठुलो गर्न पाउँथ्यो यो कुरालाई अलिक केलाउन चाहन्छु म है सफल नेपाल तपाईले भन्नुभयो एउटा सानो इनिसिएटिभबाट सुरु भएको आफ्नो नेटवर्कबाट सुरु भएको भनेर निड के देख्नुभयो तपाईले सफल नेपालको इस्टाब्लिशमेन्टको किन चाहिएको थियो यो अर्गनाइजेसन के सोच थियो
खास हाम्रो मेन सोच भनेको हामीले काम गर्ने भनेको चाहिँ हामीले एजुकेसन युथ र इन्भाइरोमेन्ट रिलेटेड काम गर्ने भनेर हामीले सोचेर हाम्रो टार्गेट त्यो थियो अनि हामीले त्यही अनुसार काम गर्दै पनि थियौँ अब त्यस्तै कारण अब त्यो हुँदाखेरि हामी चाहिँ अब अलिअलि काम गर्दै थियौँ भनौँ न बिस्तारै अब सबैजना हाम्रो मेम्बरहरू चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दाखेरि हामी सबैजना डिफ्रेन्ट ब्याकग्राउन्डबाट छौँ अब कोही पनि अब फुल टाइम दिनेहरू छैनौँ हामी कोही इन्जिनियर हुनुहुन्छ कोही सफ्टवेयर कोही टिचर सबै डिफ्रेन्ट ब्याकग्राउन्डबाट हुनुहुन्छ अनि उहाँहरू सबैले चाहिँ आफ्नो टाइमबाट थोरै थोरै टाइम म्यानेज गरेर सफललाई टाइम दिइरहेका छौँ अहिले पनि हामी त्यसरी नै काम गरिरहेका छौँ अनि त्यही गर्दै जाँदाखेरि अब मेन त हामीलाई फन्डकै प्रब्लम मेन कुरा भन्दाखेरि अब केही सामान लिनलाई अब हामी त्यो बेला कस्तोसम्म भयो भन्दाखेरि अब उता एउटाको अर्गनाइजेसनले हामीलाई फ्रीमा यो सामान दिइरहेछ भन्ने हामीले सुन्थ्यौँ फेसबुकबाट कताबाट अनि हामी चाहिँ ल जाउँ भनेर दुईवटा बाइक अब कुदेर गयो ठाउँ थाहा पनि हुँदैन थियो रोकी सोधी गयो त्यो ठाउँमा हुन्थ्यो यति दिइरहेछ भनेर सुन्थ्यो तर कम आउँथ्यो बट वी आर स्टिल ल ठिक छ यति पायो ल अब अर्को खोजौँ न त अरू कहीँबाट पाउँछ कि सोचौँ न कसैलाई भन्न मिल्छ कि भन्ने हुन्थ्यो अनि त्यसै गर्दा नि हामी गर्दै गयौँ अनि बिस्तारै गर्दा अर्गनाइज हुँदै गयो अनि त्यसरी नै रिलिफ वर्कहरू हामीले फर्स्ट अर्थक्वेक पछि हामीले गरेको भने रिलिफ वर्क नै गऱ्यौँ अनि त्यसपछि अनि त्यही माझी गाउँको त्यही एउटा स्कुलमा चाहिँ हामीले के भयो भन्दाखेरि त्यही स्कुलमा कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब हाम्रो सबै घर भत्क्यो लुगा पनि छैन हामीसँग बुक्स छैन बुक्सहरू त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दाखेरि स्कुल बिदा भएको टाइम भएर बुक्सहरू चाहिँ नयाँ आउनु बाँकी थियो तर कपीहरू छैन पेन्सिल छैन हामीलाई स्कुल जानलाई कपीहरू हातमा बोकेर जानुपर्छ ब्याग छैन त्यस्तो कुराहरू निस्क्यो अनि त्यसपछि हामीले के सोच्यौँ भन्दा ल ठिक छ अब हामी एउटा स्कुल ब्याग प्रोजेक्ट गरौँ न त एउटा भनेर अनि हामीले सबै एउटा स्कुललाई चाहिँ हामीले स्कुल ब्याग दिने अनि अलिकति कपीहरू पेन्सिल अनि उनीहरूलाई पेन चाहिन्छ पेन हामीले त्यो मिलाउनलाई हामीले अर्गनाइज गर्न थाल्यौँ अनि त्यो प्रोजेक्ट पनि हामीले एउटा स्कुलमा चाहिँ सक्सेसफुली गऱ्यौँ
वाउ कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन्स कुनै पनि काम आफैमा सानो ठुलो कहिले पनि हुँदैन होइन यदि इन्टेन्सन्स राम्रो छ भने आई थिङ्क द्याट इज द ग्रान्डनेस अफ द्याट इन्टेन्सन इन इट सेल्फ होइन रफायलजी मलाई यो बताउनुहोस् है जस्तै सफल नेपालको बारे हामीले अलिकति सुनिहाल्यौँ युथ इनिसिएटिभले यसरी अरू अर्गनाइजेसनहरू जुन सेल्फ सस्टेन छन् जुन युवाहरूले भर्खर खोलेका छन् यिनीहरूसँग मिलेर काम गर्ने कार्य गरेको त्यस्तो कुनै छ
हामीले युथ इनिसिएटिभले एउटा बिलिभ गरेको छ किनकि कुनै पनि एउटा अर्गनाइजेसनको एउटा छ कि तपाईँको नोसन चाहिँ के छ भन्दा हुटिट्याउले चाहिँ तपाईँको उल्टो परेर बस्छ अरे अनि त्यसपछि आकाश थामेको जस्तो गर्छ अरे कुनै पनि अर्गनाइजेसनले फुलफिल गर्न सक्दैन भन्ने हाम्रो बुझाइ हो लाइक सो वान अर्गनाइजेसन क्यान नट डु एभ्रिथिङ बट टुगेदर वी क्यान डु एभ्रिथिङ भन्ने छ हामीले सो युथ इनिसिएटिभले पनि त्यही लोकल इन्टेलिजेन्समै वर्क गरिकन फर इक्जाम्पल कम्युनिटीमा पनि देयर आर सो मेनी आफ्टर यो पोस्ट अर्थक्वेक चाहिँ तपाईँको अर्थक्वेकको टाइम पिरियडमा पनि पोस्ट अर्थक्वेकमा पनि कम्युनिटी लेभलमा पनि तपाईँको उहाँहरूको कमिटिजहरू फर्म भएको छ जसले चाहिँ रिलिफ काम गर्नको लागि भनेर फेसिलिटेट गर्नलाई कम्युनिटीहरूले नै आफैले इनिसिएट लिएको हुन्छ सो एउटा उनीहरूसँग कोलाबोरेसन गर्ने एकदम सजिलो उपायहरू छन् होइन जसमा चाहिँ युथ इनिसिएटिभ भेरी वर्क अन द्याट किन भन्दाखेरि जसलाई चाहिएको छ उसैले म्यानेज गरेर अनि हामीले त्यहाँसम्म मात्र डिस्प्याच गऱ्यो भने न देयर इज अ जस्टिस होइन त्यो चाहिँ
नेटवर्क पनि बन्यो त
एक्ज्याक्टली अनि अलङ विथ द्याट हामी सँगसँगै अरू जस्तै आयन पनि छ एसोसिएसन अफ युथ अर्गनाइजेसन नेपाल जसले चाहिँ मेनी युथ अर्गनाइजेसन्स युथ इनिसिएटिभ जस्तै अरू विभिन्न युथ अर्गनाइजेसन्सहरूसँग पनि कोलाबोरेटिभली काम गरेर आउँछ भने सो कुनै ठाउँमा चाहिँ फर इक्जाम्पल एउटा काम के पनि भयो जस्तै उहाँले शैलेशले अघि भन्दै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा पार्टमा चाहिँ तपाईँको रिलिफ डिस्ट्रिब्युसन मात्रै एउटा पार्ट भएन अर्को चाहिँ तपाईँको कलेक्सन पार्ट पनि इम्पोर्टेन्ट थियो सो हामीले नट जस्ट यतै काठमाडौँबाट मात्र रिलिफहरू कलेक्सन गर्ने मात्र नभइकन तपाईँको दाङबाट बाँके सुर्खेत त्यसपछि उता महोत्तरी अनि धनुषा सो त्यतातिरबाट पनि रिलिफहरू कलेक्सन गर्नुमा चाहिँ धेरै हेल्प भएको छ सो वी युज अल द युथ नेटवर्क्स द्याट इज पोसिबल अनि त्यो ठाउँबाट चाहिँ रिलिफ कलेक्सन गर्ने सो एउटा राम्रो इक्जाम्पल चाहिँ तराईको साथीहरूले हैन तराईको साथीहरूले त्यो बेलामा पहाडमा प्रब्लम पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उहाँले कलेक्सन गरिकन ल्याएर दिनु भएको थियो व्हिच वाज अ भेरी गुड एक्जाम्पल आई वाज सेड सो आई रियली बिलिभ इन द्याट र एउटै अर्गनाइजेसनले मैले सबै गर्न सक्छु भनेर चाहिँ नआटे पनि हुन्छ र इट्स क्लियरली नट
गर्यो भने चट्टान फोड्न परे पनि फोड्न सक्छौँ हैन त म्याक्स नेपाल शेयर भन्ने अर्गनाइजेसन छ तपाईको इट्स अ नन प्रफिट अर्गनाइजेसन व्हिच बेसिकली फोकसेस अन भलन्टियरिजम हैन टेल मी अबाउट नेपाल शेयर कहाँबाट यो आइडिया सुरु भयो र हाउ फार हेज इट गन
मैले भने अघि तपाईलाई 2013 मा हामीले न्यानो संसार भन्ने इनिसिएटिभ सुरु गर्यौं किन जाडो मान्छेहरु मरिरहेथे र मेरो सिम्पल रिजन was उनीहरुलाई संसार उनीहरुको न्यानो भयो हुन्थ्यो होला तर 2 वर्ष हामीले सिटिजन लेड मुभमेन्ट गरेपछि हामीले के रियलाइज गर्यो भने हाम्रो जुन काम जुन हिसाबले स्केलले बढ्दै थियो हामीलाई गभर्नमेन्ट एजेन्सीहरुसँग कोलाबोरेट गर्नुपर्ने अरु धेरै संघ संस्थाहरुसँग कोलाबोरेट गर्नुपर्दाखेरि हाम्रो एउटा के इन्स्टिट्युसनल ब्याकग्राउन्ड चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ भन्ने थाहा पायो अनि त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि हामी साथीहरु मिलेर नेपाल शेयर भन्ने एउटा अर्गनाइजेसन रेजिस्टर गर्यौं कारण नेपाल शेयर नाम राख्ने कारण कि नेपालको प्रब्लम नेपालीहरुले नलेज गर्नुपर्छ and if we start sharing basically start sharing anything that we can Nepal will find its solution so this is where we started and we formed it 2014 ko October ma and we just did one more campaign with Nyano Sansar ko and by February actually we end our winter campaign and हामी चाहिँ कस्तो भने we are volunteer based organization like everybody are from their own professional background we give 4 months in winters like committed time to the organization and the rest of the time I go back to my work other friends get back to their work but while we were packing this year all of a sudden like the earthquake happened so it was a great like shock at the same time for everyone but due to the sheer luck that we had registered our organization it was really easy for us to get funds and support from not just within the country but outside of the country as you remember like as soon as there was an earthquake the government actually
one door policy निकालेको थियो गभर्नमेन्टले
exactly clamp down गर्दियो नयाँ अर्गनाइजेसनहरुलाई फन्ड ल्याउन मिल्दैन त्यो बेला एकदमै अन्यलहरु धेरै थियो जस्तो साथीले अघि भन्नुभयो पैसाले गर्दाखेरि हामीले सपोर्ट गर्न सकेनौं मटेरियल्सहरु ल्याउन सकेनौं लकीली त्यो हामीलाई चाहिँ भएन किनभने हामीलाई चाहिँ कहिले पनि किन हामी रेजिस्टर्ड पहिले भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले फन्ड्सहरु साथीहरु जस्तो किन पहिला त हामीले नेपालीहरुबाट मात्र लिने भनेर न्यानो संसार इनिसिएटिभ सुरु गरेको थियौं र 2014 सम्म हामीले बाहिरको पैसा कहीँ पनि चलाएको थिएनौं तर अर्थक्वेक पछाडी चाहिँ अब यो हार्ड एन्ड फास्ट रुल राखेर काम छैन किनभने देयर इज सो मच अफ नीड एन्ड वी शुड गेट हेल्प फ्रम एभ्रीवेयर द्याट्स पोसिबल सो वी ओपन्ड आवर
टाइम इज व्हाट वी डिडन्ट ह्याभ त्यतिखेर
exactly and then we kind of opened ourselves and like and we got really help from everywhere like a lot of help came from outside the like in the country and we greatly managed to like address the situation then.
How big is this network?
Wow, like so if you want me to give you a value on like FaceTime we worked maybe
Nepal भित्र मात्रै हो कि नेपाल बाहिरको नेपालीहरु पनि कनेक्टेड
छ like I think from everywhere around the world yeah because it's people's initiative it's like a citizen based initiative everybody like we never promoted ourselves like we don't run big fundraising campaigns like it's like mouth to mouth like people like hear about us and then they learn about us and they want to support us and it's a very personal connection that we have with our donors and friends and most of them they like they are people like outside the country who are really eager to help and do something and they don't want to use like the traditional channels like they want to work with the youth if you want me to put a value on it like we might have raised more than हाम्रो कामहरुको भ्याल्यु गर्नु छ maybe more than 100 crores because we flew like great Mi-8 like helicopters to carry around like 400 tons worth load of GI seats for 3000 families in very northern remote area of like Dolkha and Gorkha so यो यत्रो पैसा अब हामीले कहाँबाट ल्यायौं भन्दाखेरि हामीले पैसा कहिले पनि लिएनौं के कसैले हामीलाई ठ्याक्कै रिसोर्सेसहरु पुर्याइदिनु हुन्थ्यो साथीहरुले हैन अनि हाम्रो नेटवर्कले गर्दाखेरि हामीले हेलिकप्टर पाउँथ्यौं हाम्रो नेटवर्कले गर्दाखेरि हामीले गाडीहरु पाउँथ्यौं हाम्रो नेटवर्कले इट वाज अल म्याटर अफ नेटवर्क्स के लकीली आई रियलाइज one thing like in Nepal what we need to do is like we need to at least refresh our networks like in terms with supplies logistics and local like networks in districts like so that because हामी यहाँबाट सामान त पठाइदिन्थ्यो तर हामी त्यहाँ गएर बाड्न सक्दैनौं the most effective people are from the district so हामी चाहिँ कस्तो गर्थ्यौ भने like very trust एउटा great faith के थियो भन्दाखेरि people will stand up भनेर चाहिँ अनि हामीले सामान ल्याउँथ्यौ हामीले डिस्ट्रिक्टमा पुर्याइन्थ्यो डिस्ट्रिक्टबाट उनीहरुको गाउँसम्म लाने काम उनीहरुको हुन्थ्यो के so yes the year like यति काम गर्यौं कि and most importantly हाम्रो अफिस थिएन हाम्रो कुनै पेड स्टाफ थिएन हाम्रो कुनै के भन्छ कुनै स्ट्रक्चरै थिएन के काम गर्दाखेरि बट अगेन यति धेरै काम सास लिनु फुर्सद थिएन हिजो होला फर्स्ट डे म स्याटरडे अफ लिएर घरमा बसिरहेको थिएँ के एकछिन सोच्नु मलाई के चाहिँ भयो एक वर्षमा आई वाज लाइक जस्ट blacked out
exactly. You couldn't think of because there were so many memories.
Exactly, like disaster के immediate disaster, त्यसपछि monsoon को disaster, त्यसपछि winterization को disaster,
त्यसपछि नाकाबन्दी,
like अनि अहिले पनि हामी कुरा गर्दैछौँ र I'm really preparing for another disaster that we'll see very we've just seen fire, we've just seen hailstorm, like and then we'll have monsoon. It's going to repeat. So we're learning at the same time as we go, and we're hoping that things changes for good.
Well, we are in conversation with the real heroes of the society. किनभने यदि हामीले जीवनमा एउटा इन्सिडेन्टबाट पार्ट सिकेनौँ भने नेक्स्ट टाइम फेरि त्यही पार्ट सिक्नुपर्ने अपर्च्युनिटी आउँदाखेरि इट्स एक्चुअली वर्स हैन त. So that is all we try to do every day. When we wake up in the morning till the time we go to the bed in the evening, all we do is learn, and it's even more fun and meaningful when we learn together, when we work together, and then the outcome is on a larger note, to a larger mass, right? We're talking about all that here on today's special episode of HUAWEI Namaste TV Show. Time now for a short commercial break, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. As I said earlier, tonight is a celebration. धेरैले आजको दिन एकदम दुःखद रूपमा चाहिँ नि याद गर्छन्, त्यसरी सोच्छन् हैन. तर we have to move on in life because we learn, we move on. If we fall, we get up, we dust ourselves, and we say we have to move on with our life, हैन. Of course, those memories will never go, that pain will never go, but at the same time, if we move on, we're prepared for something more that's coming our way. It's my pleasure to welcome one more hero this evening. This time around, it's the president of Safal, Nepal, Shristi, Vaidya. Hi Shristi. Welcome to Namaste TV Show. Thanks. Well, you guys know each other, no formality here on the show. And it feels great to know that, it's a woman who's leading the entire organization. First of all, how does it feel to be in charge of everyone?
To say something about that, it's like a team rather than like one person being the leader of everything.
So Safal Nepalma चाहिँ hierarchy भन्दा पनि positions छ, but at the same time it's teamwork.
Yeah, it's basically for the institutional purposes, and हामी सबैजना सँगै काम गर्छौँ. उसले उसलाई गाली गरिरहन्छ, उसले उसलाई गाली गरिरहन्छ, उसले उसलाई काम गराइरहन्छ. So it's not hierarchy, but it's like teamwork.
शैलेशजीबाट अलिकति हामीले अघि बुझिहाल्यो माझी गाउँमा तपाईहरुले गर्नुभएको काम हैन. तर ओभरअल भूकम्पबाट सफल नेपालले सिकेको कुरा चाहिँ के हो जस्तो लाग्छ तपाईलाई?
During the earthquake and post earthquake, त्यहाँ चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्टलाई अनि पछि lots of authorities लाई चाहिँ हामीले blaming game भइरहेको थियो. यो उसले चाहिँ यो गरेन, उसले यो गरेन. तर in my perception, like as an individual, सबैको तर्फबाट केही न केही भइरहेको थियो. Maybe it took some time for some people or some organization to move ahead. तर कतै न कतैबाट सबैजनाको भइरहेको थियो. Obviously, there were some loopholes. कसैले चाहिँ फाइदाको लागि गरिरहेको थियो, कसैले चाहिँ आफ्नो satisfactionको लागि गरिरहेको थियो हैन. So हामीले as a team of Safal Nepal, हामीले सिकेको भनेको like teamwork and networking. And we learned that there's more beyond Kathmandu Valley, because most of us, the team members being from Kathmandu, we'd barely traveled around Nepal.
So Kathmandu बाहिरको संसार चाहिँ हेर्ने opportunity पाउनु भएको थिएन भूकम्प?
Not that much, not that, like just like a tourist. Not in a way that we communicated so much with local people. There was this project that we did, Healing with Arts. We thought, okay, let's just not stick to materialistic stuffs, but do something
Heal with
about
arts.
Yeah.
So this was focusing, I'm guessing, the children.
Yeah. But actually, we planned it only for the children of schools. But what happened was, while we were doing the project at schools, there were lots of parents and youth. They were really enthusiastic to participate, and it was quite an interesting time, because we spent 3 days at the school, and the kids were so interested because most of the children were from Maji community, and lots of children skipped schools because they had to go to the river, and
they basically had to help
they had to do lots for their living, and त्यसको त्यो सिलसिलामा चाहिँ स्टडीजमा खासै इन्ट्रेस्ट हुँदैन थियो धेरै जस्तो बच्चाहरुको, from what we heard from students as well as the teachers. So art, we worked with really interesting, really talented artists and from Gallery M Cube, and we sat there, we talked about what we should be doing further. It was just, earthquake didn't just teach us about the present situation, the bad situations, but it was a big opportunity for many of us, and I think we were successful in grabbing that, and we planned for the future projects and what we could do in our possible levels, and yeah, that was basically about it.
What did the children have to say? You heal with arts is very interesting, because a lot of it post-earthquake was getting our minds back. Everybody was in constant fear, and since everybody around you was in fear, it was a greater risk to control. No one could do anything about it. So what did the children have to say? You heal of arts गर्दाखेरि वा डरको बारे कुरा गर्दाखेरि आफ्नो घरको environment को बारे कुरा गर्दाखेरि, what did they come and tell you?
त्यसको बारेमा चाहिँ एउटा interesting stories छ। कस्तो भने they could see something that they had never seen before, because they had never used crayons or color pencils or paintings, and they were really excited. They were using, like, they were the artists telling them what to do, like, you know, like facilitating them, but at the same time they were not hearing, they were not listening.
They just
to
wanted
anyone.
to
They just were messing around with stuff. They were playing, and lots of children had lost their houses and family members, relatives. But you know, like, I think the exhibition and the art as the whole workshop, it really, you know, boosted them up. And I talked to the teacher just two days back from the school, and he said that they are still continuing with the art, you know, activities at school.
So you're still in touch with all the families and the schools?
Well, I wouldn't say all the families,
Most
but
of them.
with the schools, yes. With the school, yes.
How amazing is that? All right, we've compiled pictures of your work, which we would like to now show it to our viewers, and I'm sure there are a lot of it coming from your side as well. And if you have anything that you want to show it up, not on today's episode of course, but in days to come, you can always do that. Go to facebook.com, find Namaste TV Show, and send us your inspirational, motivational pictures, posts, whatever you have during the earthquake, after the earthquake, in terms of rehabilitation and restoration. But tonight we're going to start off with our heroes. So Max, overall, sum it up, how many districts did you cover post-earthquake?
Oh, I think we covered all 15 districts. Initially, we reached around 12,000 families with immediate relief and temporary, like, tarpaulins and shelters. Then later in the second phase, we went with a project called Roof of Hopes, where we reached around 3,000 families with shelter kits of GI sheets, wires, hammers, nails. So this was for the most remote villages where people could not walk, or like, it would take 3 or 5 days to get there, and there was no roads. So we used helicopters to reach there. Beyond that, we also were participating in a crash distribution, like it was a grant provided by an INGO, and it was $75 for each family. That was provided to around 2,200 families.
Amazing.
And later in winters, we again reached around 15,000 families, and it was not in the earthquake hit areas, but across, like, the south belt as well. So man, like, there's so many things that
there's
we've done.
So many things. Let this picture speak all this story. So can we look at pictures from Max and his work, from his organization? Beautiful. There you go. Just to see the happy smiles there, feels special to make a difference in someone's life, isn't it?
Wow, like,
Can you explain that feeling? Is it possible to explain that feeling?
to be very honest, you say that sometime in your show, like, you know, that as being a human, like as being basically a being that relates with other, we are in a social network, you know, we are interconnected some way or the other. Like, you know, me sitting in this chair today means like somebody made this chair, somebody got this water, somebody put this light up, you know. I cannot just think that it's just coming to me out of blue. Like, you know, we are connected one with the other, and being able to repay, you know, like looking beyond my immediate family and my friends. It's not just happiness, it's also a reassurance that as a civilization we can move ahead, like, you know, we can go forward, like, you know. And the only way I see it possible is like when we open ourselves, you know. And there's, like I said, Nepal Share, the idea is not to move mountains, the idea is to share. You share a smile, you know, that's the beginning. You smell, thumbs up. I don't know if you can give your old clothes, I don't know, maybe some time, your talents, a piece of cloth, or maybe some money if you have extra.
Anything possible.
But that's where you start, no? As a society, as a civilization, that's where you kind of connect with other people around, and that, you know, that reassures something deep within you that we are safe. Like, and as a race, we are safe, and that's what I try to practice, you know. And greatly, I've met amazing people, like, you know, so many people I cannot ever, like, you know, thank them enough. Thousands of them, like, to name, but yes, I'm sure you all know, like, you all are
who they are, right?
Exactly.
And all this comes by being able to think above self, right? Rafael ji, he is here from Youth Initiative, and let's have a look at pictures of Youth Initiative, the relief work they've done, and let's see the story behind each picture unfold in itself.
Done amazing work over there in Sindhupalchok. It's why, because you know, the first thing about Teach for Nepal is there were these young amazing people. So we were there in the community. They had felt the ownership about the community, and you know, like at one point when you feel the ownership already, then you are doing it for yourself. And you are not doing it for others. So as Max Dipexji said, that it's not about, you know, it's being grateful to whatever you are getting, and so that gratitude has to be there, like all along, like every part of the life it has to be there. And I also believe, you know, like I also believe like there is a karma effect coming in. So like let's choose something, you know, like
then the good comes back.
Good comes back. So that is one notion that we like. Even so, I'm very grateful that I had amazing team in Teach for Nepal who had this, you know, the feeling, the sense of, you know, sense of being gratitude, you know, like having gratitude. And also in Youth Initiative, we have been doing this since long time period.
Amazing. What I'm really proud right now is I think Shristi and Shailesh are the youngest amongst all of us here. Can you say that?
I'm a little
with my grace, I beat the record there. So.
All right, and Safal
He has grey hair though. I mean,
Extended youth.
well, it could be a fashion statement. You know, you really don't know in today's world what could be a fashion statement. But Safal Nepal's stories, it's very inspiring for me. You know, inspiring for a lot of other youngsters who are willing to do something, but they don't know where to start. You guys are a perfect example, you know. And the Majigao story. Now, let's have a look at their pictures of their work from the Majigao on HUAWEI Namaste TV Show.
since we were focusing on environment friendly projects, so we thought maybe we could teach children how to use the things that they already have at home to produce art. So we used flour and leaves and turmeric powder and
teaching kids to get more creative.
Yeah,
exactly. How interesting is that?
Anything which हामीले घरमै जे पाउन सक्छौं त्यसबाट के गर्न सक्छौं कि भन्ने उनीहरुलाई हामीले अलिकति सिकाएको थियौं अनि they were really happy.
अर्को एउटा कुरा चाहिँ के पनि भन्देखि त्यसमा everybody will not have access to crayons and pencil colors and paintings. So we thought, like they shouldn't forget art just because they don't have
the
access to the
to
stuff.
the means.
So that was the thing, and we talked to our artists from M-Cube, and they were like, okay, this is a good idea, and we just went, and it was quite good. There was some messy stuffs happening because of the charcoals, and there was things that didn't go perfectly, but it was a perfect event. Like it went really well.
Wow, hats off to you guys. Amidst all this, all of you, you did during that time. You did so much for the society. You didn't even get time to think about it. Personal questions are so much about. What did the earthquake teach you, Max?
Well, it taught me to learn more about my country and my community. What we did was amazing, as small community, as in like working in a group and network, But like Shailesh said, if he had more rich towards donors or aids, you could have arrived with more aid to these people who are in need. I had aid, I had trucks full of stuff staying in my warehouse, but I could not meet him. So I realized we didn't know, we were not prepared before the quake, if there's a disaster, where do we reach, who do we talk, how do we find help? And now after a year, I'm sitting, and because we are not development agencies, we're not the industry of saving people's life. We just are general normal people for our own different walks of life, but we realize at times of big disaster we have to drop everything and work together. But for that we need training. See, a training can change everything. It can make your effort more efficient, and it can make you can have a big dent on the the effect of the disaster. And now I look back at the year and I think what can I do differently if something else has to come. So this is on the line that I'm thinking.
What about you, Rafael ji? One thing that earthquake taught you?
So one thing is being grateful to what you have. So this is something you should really value. Because I have a terrible story. So for 3 months of time period, Teach for Nepal, we were mourning for the death of one of our fellows, who was there in Sindhupalchok. She died, Sujita Chaudhary. So today we are actually having a candle vigil for her in the name of everyone, and also for the courage and everything that she demonstrated while going over there. And she was she was just married, and the interesting thing about is she actually preponed her marriage just to get into the training, so that she could go and teach over there in Sindhupalchok. So one thing about is there are so many amazing people that we have, and then you also had flashback about your family when the earthquake happened, and so you suddenly realize what you have, and you need to start appreciating of those things. र त्यो गरिसकेपछि अनि बल्ल I think people will start to value the moments that they have, prioritizing their stuffs. Maybe we are not doing that. So I think yes, पछाडी चाहिँ धेरै चीजहरु भयो जस्तो लाग्छ हैन.
What about you, Shailesh ji? Very quickly, one thing that you learned out of earthquake?
Just be ready for anything.
There you go. What about you, Shristi?
For me, personally, yes, just like Rafael said, we have to be grateful. And the next thing it taught me is to be a little bit patient, because when we see things that were not expected, then we tend to lose control of ourselves, and the whole situation goes messy. So you need to be a little bit calmer and patient to get hold of yourself and the people around you.
There you go. 1 वर्ष भयो आज महाभूकम्प आएको, र आजको दिनसम्म पनि यदि तपाईले यो प्रश्न आफूलाई सोध्नु भएको छैन कि मैले यो भूकम्पबाट के सिके त भने यो प्रश्न सोध्न जरुरी छ अहिले नै सोध्नुस् र त्यस पश्चातको उत्तर जुन आउँछ त्यसले तपाईले जुन नजरिले हेर्नुहुन्छ जीवनलाई आफ्नो वरिपरि भएका व्यक्तिहरूलाई ती सबै कुरा कति प्रष्ट र कति छर्लङ्ग आउँछ देखिन्छ भन्ने कुरा आफैले रियलाइज गर्नुहुन्छ At the end of this show, all I can tell you is I have goosebumps all over me. And I say this with so much confidence that youths are not the future of any country. They are the present. You know? When we look back, it's been 1 year, एक वर्ष भयो भूकम्प गएको के कुरा चाहिँ अझै यो भइदिएको भए हुन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्छ तपाईहरुलाई on any level, on a professional level, on a personal level, state level बाट के कुरा चाहिँ भइदिएको भए हुन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्छ
एक वर्ष भयो a lot has changed and a lot remains same. For us people in the city, Kathmandu, we are going back to normalcy. It's sad to see that we remember our friends and our families like once a year in Baisak Baragate, whereas like for them it's every day is Baisak Baragate, and it has been going on for 365 days. And unfortunately it will continue for another year, I don't know how long. I'm really proud of what we have pulled together, but it's time that we now hold the authorities accountable, and we talk about it like if we can, it's not necessary to like go out and like build house because we're not trained, like we're not capable of doing that, but at least we can raise voice, like our voice can be heard by like the greater media and the mass, and the people of Kathmandu. I think we should not settle for normalcy because things are not normal yet.
What about you, Rafael ji? के कुरा चाहिँ परिवर्तन अझै हुन बाँकी छ जस्तो लाग्छ तपाईलाई
like एकचोटि मैले त्यो फेसबुकमा चेक गरेको थिएँ एकजनाले लेख्नु भएको थियो नेपालले हजमला बनाउँछ जे आउँछ मजाले पचाउँछ अरे अनि सो इफ इट वर लाइक रिगार्डिङ टलरेन्स लेभलमा देखि लिएर अरु विभिन्न चीजहरुमा हो भने इट्स अ डिफरेन्ट थिङ बट उहाँ म्याक्सीले भने जस्तै आई थिंक वी हैव टेकन इट भेरी अर्लियर टाइम पिरियडमा नर्मल्सीमा गयौं जे आउँछ हामी भनौं न अर्थक्वेक भयो अर्थक्वेकलाई पनि हामीले सजिलैसँग रूपमा लियौं अझै पनि डिफिकल्ट टाइम छ जो भनौं न तपाईको फ्यामिलीजहरु हुनुहुन्छ जुन बेलामा तपाईको अर्थक्वेक भयो त्यो टाइम पिरियडमा पानीहरु परिसकेको थिएन मेबी लाइक वी कुड हैव स्पीड हुन्छ नि हाम्रो कामलाई एकदम स्पीड गर्न सक्थ्यौं होला त्यो लेभल अफ अर्जेन्सी एकदम त्यो सेन्स अफ अर्जेन्सी एकदमै लो भएको पाए जुन
अवेयरनेस चाहिँ कम पाउनु भयो तपाईले हैन
हजुर हजुर त्यो अवेयरनेस कम पाए अनि अर्को चाहिँ इफ इट वेयर ह्यापनिङ टु मी भन्ने सेन्सबाट जानु पर्थ्यो जुन कुरा चाहिँ हामीले त्यति गरेनौं होला हामी यो पछाडीको टाइम पिरियडमा हेर्दै गर्दा स्टेट लेभलबाट पनि त्यो देखिएन हैन सो आई विश लाइक like
me भन्दा पनि we भनेर अगाडि बढ्नु पर्यो हामीहरु हैन त what about you Shailesh ji
हाम्रो भन्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी ब्याक टु नर्मल लाइफ चाहिँ अलि चाँडै गएको जस्तो लाग्यो उहाँहरुले भने जस्तै किनकि अब अर्थक्वेक भयो हामी 1.5 महिना 2 महिना हामी ल ठीक छ काम गरौँ भनेर गर्यौं अनि त्यसपछि सबैजना हाम्रो टिम अब सबैजना हामी भोलिन्टियर काम गरिरहेका थियौं सबैजना आफ्नो प्रोफेसनमा ब्याक गर्दै गयौं अनि त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ के फिल भयो भन्दा मलाई पर्सनली लागेको चाहिँ अलिकति अझै हामीले हुन्छ नि हैन यसलाई अलिकति हामी त्यो टाइममा हामी त सबै कामहरु हाम्रो स्टप भइरहेको थियो अफिसहरु सबै भइरहेको थियो अनि त्यो टाइममा अलिकति हामीले अझ मोर हुन्छ नि हैन अझ 1 महिना जति हामीले एक्सटेन्ड गरेर काम गर्न पाएको भए यो भन्दा राम्रो गर्न सक्थ्यौं कि त्यो ठाउँमा चाहिँ मलाई पर्सनली मलाई लागेको चाहिँ मैले त्यो ठाउँमा अलिकति अझै बढी दिन सकेको भए चाहिँ वी कुड हैव अचिभ मोर जस्तो लागेको थियो के
सृष्टि जी
मलाई चाहिँ दुईटा कुरामा म जोड दिन चाहन्छु एउटा चाहिँ कस्तो भने हामीहरुले चाहिँ शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी राख्नु भएन जस्तै कि यो एकचोटी भयो अब फेरि हुँदैन अथवा ल एकचोटी भइसक्यो मेरो लाइफ टाइममा अब चाहिँ हुँदैन भनेर त्यो राख्नु भएन बिकज पिपल आर स्टिल बिल्डिङ very tall buildings without any like soil test. Yeah, I know the policies are getting stronger, but यो कुरामा चाहिँ इन्डिभिजुअल लेभलमा पनि मैले चाहिँ मेरो घर बनाउँदा यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ अथवा यो स्ट्रक्चर यस्तो हुनुपर्छ भनेर engineers their policies and everything should be very considerate about that. अनि अर्को कुरा चाहिँ कस्तो हुनुपर्छ चाहिँ every individual should know or realize that they are capable of doing something. जसले पनि आफ्नो तर्फबाट जे पनि गर्न सक्छ म इन्जिनियर हुँ मैले केही गर्न सक्छु होला उ आर्टिस्ट हो उसे आफ्नो तर्फबाट गर्न सक्छ सो देयर इज नथिङ लाइक ओके ही इज समथिङ एल्स एन्ड ही कान्ट डु एनिथिङ अबाउट इट सबैजनाले आफ्नो लेभलबाट गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने त्यो रियलाइजेसन एउटा चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ
Thank you so much everyone for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for making me very proud right now to be able to be amongst you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Well, every day when we wake up, it is an opportunity to do something that you've not been able to do in the days past. Every day you live for yourself, you live for others as well. Every day you dream for yourself, but why not make it someone else's dream as well? Remember that there is a hero within you, within all of us, you, me, everyone here. There's a hero. You just need to bring that person alive and realize the potential that one person can make in the world. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Catch the repeat of this episode 10:30 p.m. onwards on NTV Plus. Have a great night. Bye-bye.